Well, many people are sticking to the air conditioning for relief from the hot weather, but cherry growers are putting in extra hours outdoors right now. The season's harvest started last week. Now they're working hard to finish before the heat hurts the fruit. 7 4's Jamie Innes went out to an orchard tonight to see where things stand. She joins us now live in the studio with what she found out. Jamie, what can you tell us?
Mark, things had relatively calmed down for the night while I was there, but that doesn't mean there isn't plenty left to do. Growers I met with say this harvest looks good, and they've seen it all.
Like a very unique place to grow up, and it is.
Adele once grew up on a cherry orchard and has seen it through both good and bad seasons. Her dad says this year is on track.
It's bigger, it's better. Yeah, it's a day and night from the standpoint of last year's crop. Last year is an anomaly.
Actually, this has been a pretty good harvest this year. I have no complaints.
But growers say extreme heat can wreak havoc on the fruit.
Well, you're in a pretty short window, especially when we go bad weather.
It may have an impact on the ultimate fruit quality.
Wunsch says the heat ends up cooking the fruit while it's still on the trees. That's why employees on the cherry orchards are putting in long hours these days, from shaking to sorting to packaging, all to get through harvest.
We probably have 10 hard days of harvesting ahead of us.
Employees know they're signing themselves up for 14-hour work days during harvest, but they find ways to cool off.
You try to go into the cooler as much as you can.
Wunsch says last season gave them extra time to work on this year's crop.
We had to keep those beautiful trees beautiful, even though they didn't have much to offer.
But year in and year out, it comes down to 3 things.
My kids, my crew, my trees. It's the same thing I was grateful for last year.
We've changed a lot since in my lifetime, and so it's just really cool to see it continue.
Growers I spoke with said this year's crop will help make up for last year's poor conditions, but Springer said the prices for cherries aren't as high as he had hoped. Reporting live in the studio, Jamie Innes, 7 4 News.
All right, thanks, Jamie. The mechanical shakers, they're able to harvest about 90% of the cherries from the trees. The rest have to be hand-picked.